Software development project planning is a critical process that ensures a structured, efficient, and successful project execution. Whether developing a mobile app, a web platform, or enterprise software, proper planning helps teams manage scope, timeline, resources, risks, and infrastructure requirements effectively. For beginners, project planning may seem overwhelming, as it involves choosing the right development methodology, Agile, Waterfall, or hybrid, setting up server infrastructure, designing APIs, developing front-end and back-end systems, and ensuring secure deployment. However, by following a well-organized approach, teams can minimize risks, stay within budget, and meet project deadlines efficiently. This guide provides a comprehensive breakdown of software development project planning, covering requirement gathering, infrastructure and server supply planning, development processes, testing strategies, and deployment considerations. Whether working on a startup product or an enterprise solution, this guide will help beginners build a strong foundation for effective software development project management. Understanding hybrid software development. Hybrid software development combines both native and web technologies. It is typically used when creating software that runs across multiple platforms, e.g., web and mobile. Hybrid software development includes front-end, user interface and experience, right-pointing arrow web apps, mobile apps, cross-platform frameworks, e.g., React Native, Flutter. Back-end, server and database, right-pointing arrow cloud or on-premises infrastructure, API development. Infrastructure, hosting and deployment, right-pointing arrow servers, cloud solutions, content delivery networks, CDNs, and security. For a successful hybrid development project, planning must include requirement gathering. Choosing the development methodology, Agile, Waterfall, hybrid, infrastructure planning, server supply, cloud solutions, database selection. Development planning, front-end, back-end, API design, security considerations, testing and deployment strategy. Step-by-step planning for a software development project. Step 1. Requirement gathering and defining objectives. The first step in project planning is to define what is the purpose of the software. Who are the end users? What platforms will it support? Web, Android, iOS, desktop. What are the key features? What performance expectations and security requirements exist? A well-defined software requirement specification, SRS, document helps in aligning stakeholders and developers. Example: a food delivery application will have user module, ordering, tracking, payment, admin module, managing restaurants, menus, orders, delivery personnel module, order status updates, location tracking. Step 2. Choosing the right development methodology. Software development can follow different methodologies based on project needs. Waterfall, right-pointing arrow, best for well-defined projects where changes are minimal. Agile, right-pointing arrow, suitable for iterative development with continuous feedback. Hybrid approach, right-pointing arrow, a mix of Waterfall and Agile, used when core functionality is fixed but UI, UX and user feedback require iterative improvement. For a hybrid development project, Agile with sprints is often the best approach. The back-end and infrastructure setup can follow a structured waterfall approach, while the front-end and user experience can be handled with Agile sprints. Example sprint plan. Sprint 1, 2 weeks. Right-pointing arrow UI, UX design, database setup. Sprint 2, 2 weeks. Right-pointing arrow backend API development. Sprint 3, 2 weeks. Right-pointing arrow front-end development, React Native, Flutter. Sprint 4, 2 weeks. Right-pointing arrow integration testing. Sprint 5, 2 weeks. Right-pointing arrow security testing and optimization. Step 3. Infrastructure planning. Server supply and cloud deployment for hybrid software. Choosing the right infrastructure is crucial. On-premises versus cloud servers. On-premises servers, right-pointing arrow, better for companies requiring full control and high security, e.g., banking, government. Cloud servers, AWS, Azure, GCP, right-pointing arrow, scalable, cost-effective, and reliable for startups and businesses that need rapid growth. Hybrid approach, right-pointing arrow, a mix of both. Critical services can be on-premises, while user data, authentication, and analytics can be cloud-based. Example infrastructure plan. Front-end hosting. AWS S3 with CloudFront CDN for fast access. Backend API. Hosted on AWS EC2 instances or Azure virtual machines. Database. PostgreSQL on AWS RDS for scalability. Authentication. Firebase authentication or AWS Cognito. Server scaling. Kubernetes or Dockerized microservices on AWS ECS. Security. Cloudflare for DDoS protection and API gateway for request filtering. Why hybrid infrastructure? Cost savings by keeping high storage files on on-premises servers while using the cloud for scalable computing. Improved security with a zero-trust network approach. Step 4. Development planning. Front-end, back-end, and API strategy. Front-end development strategy. Mobile app frameworks. React Native, Flutter, cross-platform. Web technologies. React, JS, Vue, JS, or Angular. Progressive web apps, PWA, if the goal is a web-based experience with mobile compatibility. Backend development and API design. Programming language, Python, Django, Flask, Node, JS, Java, Spring Boot. Microservices versus monolithic. Choose based on scalability needs. Database. PostgreSQL, MongoDB, or Firebase Real-Time DB for real-time apps. API design. REST or GraphQL, depending on data fetching requirements. Example API endpoints for a food delivery app. POST, register user, right-pointing arrow creates a new user. Get, restaurants, right-pointing arrow fetches available restaurants. Post, order, right-pointing arrow places an order. Get, order status. Id, right-pointing arrow checks order status. Security consideration. Use JWT, JSON Web Token, for authentication. Implement rate limiting to prevent API abuse. Encrypt sensitive data using AES 256 encryption. Step 5. Testing and deployment strategy. Testing ensures that the software is bug-free and works across devices and platforms. Testing phases. Unit testing. Right-pointing arrow tests individual functions or components. Integration testing. Right pointing arrow checks how different modules work together. Performance testing. Right pointing arrow ensures the application can handle high loads. Security testing. Right pointing arrow tests for vulnerabilities like SQL injection, XSS, and CSRF attacks. Example testing plan. Manual testing. Right pointing arrow performed by QA engineers. Automated testing. Right pointing arrow Selenium for web, Appium for mobile. Load testing. Right pointing arrow Apache JMeter to test API scalability. Deployment plan. And CD pipelines. Right pointing arrow GitHub Actions, Jenkins, or GitLab CD for automated deployment. Staging environment. Right pointing arrow a clone of production to test before release. Production release. Right pointing arrow deployed to AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. Deployment tools. Docker and Kubernetes. Right pointing arrow for containerization and scalability. Terraform. Right pointing arrow infrastructure as code, IAC, for managing cloud servers. Software development planning requires careful structuring across infrastructure, development methodologies, testing, and deployment. A hybrid development approach balances speed and flexibility, allowing teams to adapt to changes while maintaining core system stability. Key takeaways. Define clear requirements and objectives. Use Agile for UI, UX, and Waterfall for backend and infrastructure. Plan server supply with hybrid cloud solutions. Design scalable and secure APIs. Implement C/CD automation and rigorous testing. Effective software development planning is key to delivering high-quality, scalable, and secure applications. By defining clear objectives, choosing the right methodology, planning server supply and cloud infrastructure, designing efficient architectures, and following structured development and testing phases, teams can ensure smooth execution and timely project delivery. The hybrid approach, which combines elements of Agile for iterative improvements and Waterfall for backend and infrastructure stability, offers flexibility and efficiency. In addition, automation tools like C/CD pipelines, cloud deployment strategies, and security best practices help streamline development and optimize performance. For beginners, mastering software development planning requires understanding dependencies, tracking project progress, and adapting to challenges. With proper organization, resource allocation, and communication strategies, teams can confidently navigate software projects, ensuring long-term success and sustainability.